today's episode, we're sharing how we actually find the soul of every city we go to through local routines, off the map spots, and experiences that can't be Googled. So, what do we mean? By the way, I'm Carl, and this is my esteemed colleague, Tina, and welcome back to Your Time to Travel. A couple of 50-year-old expats traveling the world with our little burn doodle, Bennie. So, how do we do what we do and not feel like we're on vacation? So I guess we'll start with researching like a local, which means we don't do the TripAdvisor top 10.
No.
Got burned by that before. And sometimes I know when I've searched sometimes for the top restaurants for this particular location, fast food joints end up being in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Chain restaurants end up being in there and nothing local.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we find our local spots? I know how I like to look at it.
I mean, I think we get a lot of local tips and information from the actual content creators on social media. So especially in Thailand, Bangkok in particular, there are a lot of influencers out there who are out showing, great coffee shops, wonderful experiences, delicious restaurants. I mean, just on social media. And then, of course, as we go through our day, just talking to people, we'll get some tips. We've had a variety of those things. In Vietnam, we had Tao, who gave us all those recommendations. But living here in Thailand, we do get a lot from social media. So
that's how we chose one town to start off in was through social media. Hua Hin, Thailand's where we started at first over here. And that was through watching YouTubers and vloggers talk about how chill Hua Hin was and the cost and what there was to do locally, the close proximity of the beaches, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But what we did not do was base any decision on TripAdvisor.
no, yeah, we typically don't do that. So, and then just getting out and walking.
Oh yeah,
And that is the best way. That's where you find all the hidden spots and the hidden gems, and it's like an adventure down every roadway, alleyway. It's so dense here, the amount of restaurants and shops and businesses. Just getting out and walking.
in Mexico City was the same way. We just strike out. We just start walking.
Yeah.
Where are we going to eat today for lunch or dinner? I don't know. Let's walk and see what happens. And we just start walking, and we found a breakfast spot. I think we went there 3 or 4 times in 17 days.
Yes. Yes.
I can't remember the name of it, but Mexico City was one of the main roads, and we just took a walk. Mm-hmm. And we're like, whatever looks great, has a great menu, that's going to be the spot. And then it was so good, especially the coffee. Mm-hmm. It became our spot. We were in there 3 or 4 times. They recognized us.
Yeah. I think it was Geneva was the name of the coffee shop in Mexico City. It was Geneva.
It was good.
And they had great coffee. It was like that cinnamon and coffee blend.
Yep.
And so, we found that just by
walking around.
I think it started raining, so we had to duck in somewhere pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. And then the first place we ate at in Mexico City, we just walked up on it. We were walking Bennie, and that's when we went in there and got the vegetarian burgers, the plant-based burgers, and had the whole courtyard that was full of greenery, green space, dog-friendly, brought out a bowl of water for Bennie.
Yeah.
And that was our first day in Mexico City, first restaurant we went to. We were just walking around, and we were hungry, and boom.
Yeah, I will say that we do usually look at, once we find a place, before we dive in, we do quickly look on Google Maps and look for the ratings. We do check those.
We do check Google reviews of people that were actually in the spot.
Yes, ratings and reviews. So,
and hopefully they're recent. It has to be recent reviews. Can't be something from years ago.
You filter by the newest
reviews.
And you can get usually day of, or at least within that week, review of people. So, yeah.
And if we walk up and it's empty, That's usually not a good thing.
Not a good thing. But if it's full of locals, it's probably a great spot.
If people are waiting in line to get in there, okay, we got to figure out when we can get in.
Yeah.
Okay. And so along that note, we talk about where the locals eating, if there's a line, and we're not going for, now we do check Instagram. Like we just hit a spot here in Bangkok last week that I saw on Instagram, and it was Jamaican food, and we went there and it was great.
Yeah.
Victor and Mai, at Jerk, BKK. Hello. It was great. And we found that on Instagram, but for the most part, you have to talk, like we talked to one of our neighbors. He told us about one of the street vendors down the street called Ice Kitchen in the Tonglore area. Went there, drunken noodles, shrimp fried rice, morning glory. I mean, cabbage. And we would have never known that.
I think we can eat there like 2 entrees and then a vegetable. And 2 drinks for like
$6.
Yeah.
Yeah, about $6 US.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's a full meal. And cooked to order, right on the spot, street vendor, great reputation. We found out about that from one of our neighbors. And that's a great find. And there's so many other places that we found just by either walking or someone that's living here, expats that are living here or doing long stays are giving us great tips on where to stay.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's happened in Hua Hin. It's happened Vietnam, Thao. Every place Thao told us to go to in Da Nang, Vietnam was a hit. It was the best coffee we've had in Asia.
Yes.
Everywhere she told us to go for dinner, coffee, wherever she told us to go, it was amazing. So our advice, if you're planning on traveling, the internet's great, but locals telling you where to go is outstanding. Outstanding. I mean, I don't know how we would have done it without them. In Bangkok, there's so many coffee shops. Only thing we can say about who's best, only thing I can really say about who's best in Bangkok that we've had is so many choices, you don't have to do big box coffee.
Right.
I mean, if it's not a local spot, we're probably not going to do it. That's just how it goes. If it's not a local spot or appears to be a local spot, because, Starbucks and over here in Thailand, Cafe Amazon, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Just like if we were back in the U.S., Starbucks, there's that many Starbucks over here. And then you add Cafe Amazon.
Yes.
I know Mexico City, we had a lot of local spots. Hua Hin, we had a couple spots we go to, like Good Baker. That was our favorite place to go for breakfast. Local spot, very local spot. I mean, we miss them to this day.
They had the best breakfast. We went there quite a few times. So we do try to change it up so we don't become creatures of habit and go to the same restaurants all the time. So we do kind of make a rule that we have to try something new quite frequently. But then there's those restaurants that you find that the atmosphere is great, the food is delicious, the price is right. And so those become kind of our on our, stable list, or the ones that we can fall back on when we, don't have time to research new places. But we do try a new restaurant, if not every day, a few times a week, try something new.
Depends on how hungry we are. When we're starving, we got to go what we know.
Yeah, we have our go-tos. We have our go-tos for pizza, and we have our go-tos for Italian, for burgers, so tacos. So those places that, we absolutely know you can get a good meal there.
And even when we do go to certain places, we end up getting tips from the people that work there on other local spots to go to for other types of food. We went to the New Caribbean place last week, and they gave us some tips on breakfast spots.
A lot of,
on lunch spots. So talking to locals, and everybody's so friendly once you get out here and start traveling and take your time and you're not hitting the tourist traps. Everybody's so friendly, so friendly that it's a little scary. until you realize that you need to relax. Everybody's just being nice.
Yes.
Just relax. No one, the boogeyman is not coming to get you. So
they're very attentive. So that is one of the things that you have to get used to being here. It's like being in a restaurant and having the staff really kind of watch you. But they're not watching you. I think from America, you feel uneasy, people watching you, but they're literally there making sure that you don't need something. So they're being very, very attentive. If your drink gets low, they're there right on the spot to refill it. If you need a knife and you don't have, they're just there watching and anticipating your next need. So we had to get used to that and try to, get used to understanding that that's the culture here.
Yeah. Along with that, let's talk about how it is having a dog with us and how it's kind of like an olive branch. You go to the park with your dog, you go for a walk with your dog, Mexico City, Hua Hin, Bangkok, met some wonderful people on walks with Bennie. It's amazing how many pet lovers are out here and how well dogs are treated. Bangkok, where we are now, we didn't know that it was a dog-friendly city until we got here. Hua Hin was probably one of the best vets we've ever experienced.
Yes, yeah.
Mexico City was one of the best pet grooming places we've been to, and they were so accommodating and thoughtful. If your dog gets wet on the walk home from grooming, they'll wash them for free or wash them for half off the next day or volunteer to give you a ride back to your condo.
Yeah.
So we've met people just by walking Bennie. In the neighborhood, you meet other neighbors that you probably wouldn't meet if you were just walking by yourself.
That's true.
People talk to each other when it's like a secret society, I should say.
If you have a pet. And then in our own neighborhood, when you have taken Bennie out for walks and stuff, there's actually somebody on the street that sells, fresh bananas.
Oh, yeah.
That they've picked right from the tree, right on their property, and mangoes. And so you get out, and it's a way to explore the area that you're living in as well. It gets you out in the street. So,
yeah, that's amazing. I forgot all about that, how we'll be going for a walk and one of the neighbors is selling bananas, mangoes.
Yeah.
Just right there.
It's something that we probably wouldn't have discovered if we didn't have Bennie out that time of day, because she's only out there, in the morning times for a few hours, because she pretty much sells out pretty quickly.
And we wouldn't be on that street because we'd be in a hotel or an Airbnb and we would never be there.
That's true.
Yes. And they all recognize us, so they know that we'd be interested. It's an amazing feeling, but having a dog is like your secret society when you're traveling. Other dog owners are going to talk. People that just love animals are going to stop and talk, and you may discover a new connection there. So our advice is to follow connections and the vibe and not truly sticking with your itinerary. It's our advice to just kind of have a loose itinerary if you have the time, so that you're just kind of going with the flow and not just checking boxes. Normally for us, since we're slow traveling and this is our home base here where we are now, we plan one thing a day at most.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like today we said, okay, we may do two things today. Today we're recording this episode and then we may go see a movie, because at this one mall, which is a brand new mall that opened in October, they have Wednesdays is their movie day, where movies are $150 bob, which is about $4.60 US per person to go see a brand new movie. Yes. So let's say if we want to go see Jurassic Park or Superman, we can go see it today for a little over $9 for both of us.
Yes. In a very, very nice
in a brand new movie theater. So, laser, IMAX, all this good stuff. So going to that mall is a sight to see, because it's not your standard mall. None of these malls are. So going and exploring that mall is adventure. And then going to see a movie is an activity, and doing this is an activity. Now, sometimes when we've been traveling, we've like, oh yeah, we got to do these 4 things today. And then you're wore out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, dang, I need some time. I need to rest. I need to sleep in. But the next day you can't sleep in because you got another 4 or 5 things you have to do because you're on vacation.
Right.
But us and how we recommend you travel is 1 or 2 things per day, and just enjoy it. And something's going to pop up that's going to catch your eye. And guess what? You get to just go do that without having to worry about, oh man, but we're off track. Just 1 or 2 things all day. Don't forget about your gym time. And everything works great. That's our advice, is to don't bog yourself down. You know, for instance, over in Asia, markets are the thing. Mm-hmm. You know, whether it's a weekend market, a night market, it could be a flower market, whatever the market is, that should be your activity for that day.
Yeah, because you can get lost in there. It's like an adventure. Every stop, everything is an adventure. So you go to the market, and there's really no telling what can happen, and you know, the things that you'll see and the things that you'll experience. Like going to the Chattachack market on the weekends. Like we'll go for like certain things that we like to get there, a coconut smoothie, and we might want to, you know, get a new pair of slippers, but then you'll stumble upon a whole area of the market that has animals. And so you wind up wandering through there looking at dogs and bunnies and snakes and just things that you didn't expect to see.
Actually happen. Yeah.
So that's why having a loose itinerary, like, yes, we're going to go to the market, but leaving it wide open on both ends, you know, kind of.
Yeah, the market's open from 9 to 5, and you get there at 11, and
that's
it. You stay as long as you want.
And if you've had enough, then you know, we usually go and get some lunch somewhere.
It's kind of like saying, oh yeah, let's go to the market. We need a new pair of house slippers.
Yeah.
Because you don't wear shoes in the house in Asia. So you need a nice pair of slippers. We know what kind of slippers we like. And we get them for a really good price at the Chattachack Weekend Market over here in Bangkok. So last time we were there, we got our slippers and athletic wear.
Yes. Yeah. We
and
stumbled
dog
upon
treats.
the indoor market at the weekend market, which we had
no idea. There
was a whole food court and a whole market on the inside.
Yeah. And we ordered too much food.
And we've been to the market probably like 5 or 6 times.
And never knew it was a whole indoor section.
Yeah. So that's like every day is an adventure. Yep. And I would say be adventurous. Veer off of the main street. You know, dip into these soys and alleyways.
Just walk.
Yeah.
Wherever. I mean, we're talking like you're going to be here, but let's say you're not here, whatever town you're in.
Yeah.
Just walk. Mm-hmm. Just walk. Hopefully you're somewhere safe where you really shouldn't be there, right?
Right.
But walk. You have to just walk. You can't just be in a car. You have to walk. Mm-hmm. And walk with no purpose.
Yeah.
Just be walking around just like you're lost it, but you don't even know what you're lost from. You're just wandering, wanderlust. You just walk. And every time we've walked, hey, what's down here? Then we go down this street, like, oh my goodness, man, there's more restaurants and this and that, and oh my goodness, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, and then it becomes a spot we throw into the rotation. Mm-hmm. So just walking, even through the malls, we're just walking, no purpose, have no idea why we're in this mall besides it's grand, it's new. Mm-hmm. And we're just walking along and just, hey,
and you just have like a new experience, like walking through the mall. And then we had like one of the best desserts we've ever had walking through the mall.
Oh, yeah, yesterday.
Oh, no, not yesterday. It was the bansu.
Oh, the bingsu.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Korean dessert.
Whenever.
It is. I read about it at Mill Toast House. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. But it's actually shaved ice that's flavored with cream and has, I think there's ice cream somewhere in there as well, and strawberries on it. It was the best tasting dessert I
fabulous.
think I have ever had. It was absolutely delicious. And we're just wandering and you see a picture of it and it just piques your curiosity. We've never heard, the name of the dessert, never heard of the restaurant.
Nope.
The picture looked delicious. And so it smelled delicious too. So we just went in there and had a great experience. So just be adventurous.
Yeah, just walking around.
Yeah.
We ate lunch already. And we're just walking, nothing to do.
And you can't judge things by the way they look or what you think. You can't. You just have to go in and experience. And you're probably going to have a great time.
Just got to live. Don't be a creature of habit to a certain extent. You got to be adventurous. You got to get outside of the comfort zone a little bit and just be out and about. Just like, okay, let's just walk down here and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Just whatever happens, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're going to do today.
Yeah. And so, but at the same time, we do have a routine. Mm-hmm. And in order to be successful at whatever it is, you do have to have a certain type of routine. And what do we mean by that? We don't wake up at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, noon, because we were out till 6 in the morning. I think we're past that stage of our life.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do have a routine 5 days a week. We know when we get up, I guess we first say we get up, we have our coffee. That's at home. That's our routine. Morning coffee at home. Bennie has to go for his nice little walk.
Yes.
Okay, that's the routine. We catch up on the current events in the United States, which is sometimes very dangerous.
Yeah.
It takes you down a rabbit hole sometimes, and we have to get ourselves back out.
Yes,
right?
We have to remember, where we are.
Yeah, we got to remember, let it go. Okay, we see what's going on. All right, we're going to get back over here now. And then after that, a quick light breakfast, pre-gym breakfast, and then we hit our gym, which is another thing. Slow traveling allows you to have a gym membership. When we first started traveling, we were up in Canada for 10 days, Mexico City for 17 days. We didn't have time to join a gym.
Right.
As soon as we got over here to Thailand, we've had 3 gym memberships. Mm-hmm. One in Hua Hin, 2 here in Bangkok. Affordable. We're not balling. Gyms are affordable. They're very affordable. But we have our routine. Now, once we do those things, the coffee, dog walk, pre-workout breakfast, gym, boom.
Yeah. Then the rest of the day was kind of an adventure.
Yep.
So we make sure we get some work done in there. Either during the day between that 1 and 5 time when it was really, really hot here, between 1 and 5, we usually just worked. And then we would, venture out at night and have whatever adventures occurred that night. But now we've kind of switched up a little bit. The weather has cooled off just a little bit. So now we find ourselves out right now during the afternoon between that 1 and 5.
Yeah, it's whatever now.
And staying home in the evening. So, yeah.
But, it gives you a routine. You need some kind of sense of routine, even when you're trying to go see what's in the country or the city or the town. You still need a routine, not just waste part of your morning and not being unhealthy. Because if you're out here being unhealthy, you're not going to be having a whole lot of fun. But if you're taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, it gives you a better rhythm. And we know for a fact, because we're experiencing it, that working out routinely, getting up, doing our routine, working out, has benefited us tremendously.
Yes.
We can both speak on that from a healthy standpoint. We mess around and tease each other in the gym about how, we're getting after it, blah, blah, blah. And so it becomes fun because, we work out together. So there's a lot of little things on social media about couples that work out together, and how great it is, how great of a thing it is. So create that routine for yourselves, whatever your routine may be. And hopefully it's a little bit of fitness mixed in there.
Yes.
And it'll carry you a long way, especially if you want to be out here walking. If you want to walk the streets and not be crying at the end of the day, which you may end up doing it anyway if you end up with 15,000, 20,000 steps.
Yes.
Because we did that in Brooklyn one time with the wrong shoes on, and that was a disaster. They got us. New York City got us once. We ended up with 20,000 steps in the wrong shoes.
Yes. Yeah.
We could not wait to
We
get our
walked
feet up.
A lot
That was bad.
that day.
Yeah, we were not prepared. But if we advise a routine.
You see, but that's the whole thing. We were on vacation in New York City.
Yeah, we had to cram it all in.
We had to do Central Park. We had to do Brooklyn Bridge, and we Chinatown.
Yep.
We did it all.
And then walk back because, as far as we could, subway and mixed in there.
Yeah.
That was vacation mode.
That
we
was
had
12
a few
miles.
days.
We walked 12 miles that day. That
was terrible.
And our feet knew it. And
Wrong shoes.
That's the thing when you're on vacation versus slow traveling. Slow traveling, you take your time. And we could have spent a whole day at Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
But
Central Park could have been one day.
Yeah.
One day. Literally one day.
So slow traveling has its benefits where you can really just slow down.
Not checking boxes, but just taking it all in. Mm-hmm. Because you really can spend all day in Central Park in New York City.
Yeah.
You can. So, yeah, that's why it matters. So if you're planning to do some slow traveling or your first trip, these are our recommendations to take your time. And we also want to say that if you want more tips, take a look at our website, yourtimetotravel.life. We have stories from our travels in there. We have a lot of YouTube videos from our YouTube channel. And check out our store. A lot of travel-related gear. Most of it, if not all, is stuff that we're using present moment that we highly recommend. We put stuff in the store in our travel collection that we actually use on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. So please check it out. Help support the channel, and we'll keep providing this content to you and for you. Hey, but until the next episode, remember, it's your time to travel.